Hello everyone, how are you today? So today's topic is titled Life as a Child from a Single Parent Home. Now this topic is very dear to me for obvious reasons, but before we dive into that, I would like to talk about family, what family in itself means, and family, although this is the smallest unit, it is the strongest unit before the church, before politics, before government, and before the society at large. The first thing we have is family, and this unit is one where people start learning from. It's the foundation for every human, and any human you see today that is brave, that is kind, that is mean, that has dysfunctional behaviors, these are people who have learned all of this from family and sometimes environment. So when you say a single parent home, it's still a family, whether it's one person or it's both parents. So as the title says, life as a child from a single parent home is one that has a lot of emotions and feelings to it. And I would mention a few in no particular order. So sit with me. Firstly, children from this home tend to grow up with a lot of self-blame, and this self-blame most times is because of what has happened to both parents. They blame themselves, thinking that it's their fault. Now, nobody said this to them, that it's your fault, we are going our separate ways, or it's your fault the other parent doesn't want this child or anything like that. But it's like it's psychological. You just grow up feeling that way, thinking you have or you had a role to play during the whole disagreement and all of that. And you can't really tell a person how to feel. You can't really tell a person how to handle their emotions. So it just happens that children most times grow up with self-blame, thinking that they had a role to play in all of this. And this self-blame also turns into blame for parents. It turns into blame for God. It turns into blame for the environment. And then some children are quite angry. Yes, there's also that fact. And then there's also the fact where children from this home tend to meet with rejection early. Now, they feel rejection, especially when the other parent has made it clear by their choices or their actions to not show concern, to not prioritize them, and all of that. You see children know that they've been rejected. Sometimes they can't name that feeling, but they just internalize it. They know that they are not chosen, they are not prioritized. Another feeling is also shame. Children from this home tend to meet with shame early. An example of this could be maybe the adults around you could tell you stuff like, you better not go out and tell people that this is the kind of home you come from. That happens. Now, you see children go to schools or go to church, and they see their friends with both parents, and then you see that they can't really talk. They can't really understand, but then there is shame to it, like, that means something is wrong with me. That means I need to hide what's happening, who I am. So you see them experience shame early. And then there is also the fact where there's comparisons, there is the feeling of neglect, and all these are emotions that you cannot run from or hide from as a child from this home. It happens to most. Your emotions are valid, they are understandable, they are relatable. So you are not alone, and you are not evil for having them or experiencing them. It's okay. Do you understand? But as you grow, there are emotions that you need to unpack and let go of them. Do you know why? For yourself, because of you. Now you are the most important person in your story. You are the most valid person in your story. And as a child from a single parent home, you are not doomed. What happened has happened. What you went through happened. It's okay. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. In fact, the world starts with you. What you experienced was you being part of other people's story, and the other people, your parents. Now, I'm not saying that they are bad or they are wicked or different from you, but you are a cast. You are a cast in their story. Now, this is your own story, and your own story has to come with you redefining everything. So, as a child from this home, you would need to unpack every emotions you feel, because now you're going out to the world, and you know that thing that they say, hot people hurt other people. You don't want to give what you were dished out to another person. It will be very unfair for someone who has experienced this firsthand. So, but it's not about that. Just like I said, it's about you. It's your story. So healing is possible. Becoming is very possible. Realizing that you have a lot of love to give is very possible. Joy is possible. Meeting people who genuinely love you, and you also can genuinely experience love, very possible. And a very important fact I want you to go home with today, or I want you to take with you for the rest of your life, is if at some point in your journey of life you also meet a child that is growing up from this home, show them the love, the kindness, and the listening ear you wish you had gotten. I promise you, you'll be helping someone in a very large, enormous way. Thank you.